My name is Peter Rendina, and I am the Deputy Chief Postal Inspector for the United States Postal Inspection Service. The United States Postal Inspection Service is the security and federal law enforcement branch of the Postal Service. Our mission is to support and protect the Postal Service. And that includes the 630,000 employees that we have, the over 30,000 facilities, the billions of pieces of mail that go through our system every single day. And we do this in a couple of ways. We enforce the laws that defend the Postal Service from criminal attack and also the United States mail from dangerous use. And we ensure America's trust in the Postal Service and the United States mail as we investigate over 200 federal statutes that protect the Postal Service, the mail, its employees, and customers.
Can you explain to us kind of how mail is collected and distributed and what role arrow keys play in securing that mail as it's being processed?
Yeah, so the American public, when they drop off their mail at an official mail receptacle that is designed by the Postal Service, our letter carriers and collections personnel have to go to those receptacles, unlock them, be able to pull the mail out so they can get ingested into the system, so and go from point A to point B, C, and D to its final destination. So there has to be an access device to be able to get into those mail receptacles to be able to conduct the business of the Postal Service.
Historically, how far back do these types of locks go? When did we start locking up the mail in collection and distribution?
So the key that's currently in existence, I believe I can trace its roots back to 1950.
When an arrow key goes missing, what's supposed to happen?
When an arrow key goes missing, it's reported immediately to the supervisor of that postal facility and to the United States Postal Inspection Service.
So that's what's supposed to happen?
That's right.
Is that happening?
Unfortunately, no, that's not happening in every case.
Do we know why that is?
No.
And are there things that you're doing to try and ensure that they are being reported when they go missing?
Arrow key accountability is an important piece of our project called Project Safe Delivery. Project Safe Delivery, it's a joint initiative, and it was started with the Postmaster General, Louis DeJoy, with our Chief Postal Inspector, Gary Barksdale. It was announced in May to address issues of robberies of letter carriers and increasing mail theft that we were realizing. Part of that strategy addresses the arrow key and ensuring that we have proper accountability in-house of who has that key and how that key is secured when it's not in use, but then also what do we do when it is stolen or missing? So we've made some investments in the arrow key. It's no longer a physical device only. There's some dual authentication right now. We've added an electronic component. So that will help us with being able to secure those keys, have proper account, but then also if the key goes missing or it's stolen, remotely we can shut off the access device.
Now here's a challenge, right? If you already have a problem with the reporting of keys that go missing, how do you ensure that these new devices will be reported missing or stolen when that happens? Yeah,
the electronic features help mitigate the issue in lack of reporting or maybe delay in reporting, again, because of the electronic component of the new access device.
So you'll know when something goes missing even if it's not reported?
That's correct.
The first mention of the vulnerability of arrow keys and their security that we found goes back 25 years. It was in 1999 in a semi-annual report to Congress. Why is it taking so long to address this problem?
So there are 245,000 delivery routes across this country. Approximately 140,000 of these blue collection boxes. This is not an overnight change.
Every day you can go on the dark web and find arrow keys for sale. Just earlier this week, and I can show you kind of what we've seen. I just want to get your reaction to this. But you know, it's clearly something that is driving this crime against letter carriers and against collection boxes. But I don't know what you would think of this, but this is just from this week. And if you want to just swipe, you can see. So this is an arrow key that's for sale that has access to boxes in Miami-Dade and Florida. Here's a bunch of keys from Texas, Georgia, New York. Here's one as well for sale, and then here's another one from Midtown for $2,000. These are valuable items. How do you address the market, the black market for these keys when they're still out there and they still have access to a lot of the mail that's out there right now?
Yeah, so the United States Postal Inspection Service has its own analytical unit. We are aware that keys that have been stolen or are missing will oftentimes be sold on the dark web on various nodes, and that it could be on the surface web as well in chat rooms. That's why we do have postal inspectors that work undercover cases on the cyber network. And then we gain intelligence to be able to help us identify the individuals that are trying to make these sales so that we can stop this crime from happening.
Are there solutions to prevent mail theft that can be implemented immediately?
We're doing that right now. We're doing this as far as prevention with the education and awareness of customers, of postal employees, our law enforcement partners. We're doing that under our strategy of protection, so protect from criminal attack. We're addressing the blue boxes. We're putting security features inside the boxes to keep thieves from being able to get into them. We're looking at arrow key accountability and how we can make it more focused.
How important is stronger enforcement and prosecution to helping you mitigate this problem?
Yeah, so by making arrests and criminals facing justice for the crime that they conducted, that goes out to the media, right? It goes out to the public. They see that, and it will deter other criminals from thinking about attacking the Postal Service.